Hello, my Star Atlas family. It's me, the MetaVerse Explorer, and I'm back to update you on the recent town hall we had, and as well as the roadmap report. Before we get to any of that, I just want to let you know, happy April 1st. We have an article here by the leader of Aephian, where we make a giant announcement, guys. This is groundbreaking news, okay? So Aephian Industries, as you can see here, just on the down there, right there, okay? Yeah, I'm just pointing there. Aephian Industries has acquired a majority stake in Automata, which is like the parent company behind Star Atlas. So this has been a long time coming. We've made a giant acquisition of essentially the company, and that means Star Atlas itself. So basically, we own Star Atlas now. So thank you for all the other guilds for trying to play, but we're going to take over from now. Thank you very much. Happy April Fool's Day, of course. This is just an article done by Ronald, or we will call him Funcracker. Basically, it announces into a one-sided agreement to acquire majority stake in indie blockchain and game developer Automata. They are the building Star Atlas. And like this is just an article to tell you about how the deal went down, what happened, who said what said what, who's excited about it. But basically, what made me laugh at the end was that look, we have Zest going noot noot and Santi giving us his thoughts as well. But basically, what is it? Where is it? There was a little part that said like we gave him the agreement right away, and they said sure, of course. And I was like, yeah, of course. He said yeah. Like you mean yeah, sure, yeah, of course. That's what like it was a sarcastic kind of thing, right? Okay, let's get on with this episode. Happy April Fools, guys. Let's start with the Star Atlas issue number 5. I think this was also done by Zesk. I think he had a hand in doing this. If you don't want to read this, you can also listen to this right at the top here. Okay, basically they give us an overview of what's happened between Star Atlas number 4 and Star Atlas issue number 5. I'm going to skip all of this because all of this we already know. If you've been watching my channel, we've been keeping up to date with Star Atlas, right? Let's go ahead and go all the way down to see what the actual weekly updates are for Star Atlas. Let's have a look. They did update the roadmap, they did say. We'll have a quick look at that. But let's go all the way down, we did see a new plant. I hadn't seen this before. This is a nice looking plant, right? We saw the previous fern before. This seems to be like a bit sharper on the side. It's a bit bare, to be honest. Like there's not much else happening. And I wonder how long it took them to create this one plant. But super interesting either way. Sometimes, minimalism is the best. Sometimes very simple, one plant or two plants in the little pot is better. Let's have a look at the Showroom Alpha weekly update. So basically, they've finished some stuff. Let's read it here. They're starting to prototype the VFX, special effects part for the core interactions on the level. The user interface is locked. First integrating parts of the UI mockups in progress. Started to work on the title screen. Wireframes are done. Engineering department to start working on wallet and authorization flow. So this is where a bulk of the work is going to be. So they've already done the actual showroom itself. Now they have to link it to the Phantom wallet or link it to your blockchain wallet so that you can authorize transactions, right? What are they working on? They're working on the save and loads, as we saw last time, loading of the level, player, interactions of objects, and terminal system and UI. This Scream, what's happened with Scream? Let's go here. Continuing to define explicit requirements for core gameplay mechanics and game systems. Continuing to refine blockchain architecture based on gameplay requirements. So they're just refining. They haven't actually started building anything. They're polishing an existing prototype and started prototyping a new program. So they're still going back and forth between different ideas on things, right? It started to access the economic implications of net new gameplay loops. So that means they're looking at what they can deliver us and the economic models behind it, what they have to actually do, financially. Adding more high fidelity functionality to WebGL. So what are they going to do going forward? They're going to continue to define explicit requirements gameplay loop, continue to analyze economic impacts of screen, and continue to add additional functionality to WebGL. They did release the high risk and medium risk zone article. You can go ahead and read that. I think because everything is moving really quickly sometimes, things change. They're going to pivot from one thing to another. So I feel sometimes some of these things, they might end up changing. They'll be very dynamic in nature. So I don't want to constantly go back to old articles, because by the time we're recording, or by the time we're talking about a new thing in there, in the video or in the current present time, previously what we talked about is sometimes invalid or sometimes wrong. So I don't want to go back too far to talk about previous articles. What about the Galactic Marketplace? This is going pretty well. Atlas staking specifications were approved, and we started architecturing the program. They're assisting front-end devs to get it started, doing some user testing, and ongoing prototyping of the core user flow. Nice. The Polis DAO. The Polis DAO is still in the prototyping phase and building phase. So they finalized the wireframes and handed off to user interface integration with Solana. So we're getting very close with the Polis DAO. Maybe a couple of weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Hey there, Powell. Thank you very much for subscribing, man. Appreciate your effort. And they gave us some closing thoughts. So they are doing some stuff behind the scenes. It does take like weeks and weeks for these things to happen. The roadmap report, they didn't update it because as they say, they don't have to update it. They'll be doing it every 3 weeks or so now. So the last one was March 3rd. We might see one in April, maybe sometime mid-April, give or take. Now, let's have a look at some of the ship discounts. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the ship discounts have disappeared. Basically disappeared. We have a few of them still. The Thimble Airbike is still at a 33% discount. It's at $11 now. Remember when this was selling at $7.30? $7.30, right? That's nearly double. Like, we're nearly at the double mark. That's crazy, right? That was like a 60% discount that I remember. The Thimble Airbike was like at a 50% discount. I bought it for like $450. Now you can sell for $630. This is just the market price fluctuations, right? So what's actually happened? What happened is that the Atlas price, the BTC price, first off, has started to trend upwards, and now everything else in the market is trending upwards. And so Atlas, the token, is also trending up. So that means the rewards coming back from the vehicles are a higher reward, because the tokens they're getting back are worth a bit more, right? And so these discounts are slowly going away. Let's go ahead and see any of the other discounts. Opal Jet is 28% discount. PSX4 27, Opal Jet 27% discount. Let's have a look at the Solent pools as well. What happened with them, right? So we had the Solent pools where you could lend your Atlas, or you can lend USDC and then borrow Atlas against it. At some points, the borrowing of Atlas was you had to pay like a 20% interest rate to borrow Atlas, and people were borrowing Atlas to go and buy ships. And I'm going to be honest, I borrowed Atlas to go and buy ships, right? So at least I could earn more from the ships and actually have the NFT as a ship. And now, since the Atlas price has actually increased, there's no one borrowing. There's only 49,000 being borrowed at the moment, whereas there's 800,000 being supplied, right? 800,000 being supplied, 50,000 being borrowed. So the rates are super low. So what are you going to be borrowing Atlas for now? There's no more discounted ships to buy, right? What are you going to be borrowing it for? If you're going to be lending it, you might as well go and lend it on Frankium or where's the other place? Frankium or Tulip, where you can get around the 30% ROI. On a second thought, if you have Polis, you might be able to collateralize it here, borrow some stablecoin and go and farm with it. Actually earn a better yield with your stablecoins than you are with Polis, where you can go and still keep your Polis in case the price starts going up. If price starts going up with Polis and you might be under collateralized, then you can still sell or bring back your USDC and pay off your loan, right? Man. There's a lot of things that you need to start thinking about now in Star Atlas, like how are you going to take the best advantage of these ships. Like, you could have bought the Thimble Airbike for $7.50 and now sell it for $11.01. Right, that's like a $4 credit, $4 profit. That's crazy. There's not much else to cover, to be honest. They did release this article. If you haven't watched Wagner's the gaming, there was a conference in Miami somewhere, and there was a 13-minute video that they played. I won't go too much into it, but he just basically talks about Star Atlas and talks about the metaverse in general, and working in the metaverse and what you can do in the metaverse and the possibilities it opens up. So it was just like a mashup of all the different types of types of gameplay and just talking about the metaverse in general. Guys, before you go, there's one more thing I wanted to tell you about. I don't know if you know, but we have one of the members in Aephian called Sprite Von Pixel and Ratadoom. They're actually doing the two-for attack. They talked about this in the Star Atlas town hall, as well as the Twitter Spaces to follow. Basically, this is an unofficial Star Atlas game, right? These guys are developers. There's a graphic designer as well. They both got together. They found each other in the Star Atlas Discord, or the just Discord in general, and they got together to make a game based on the Star Atlas metaverse. It's called Two-for Attack. It's currently in super early alpha stage, so it's only playable by installing it, but they will be able to put this online, like on the website, so you will be able to play it later on. But basically, this is what the home screen looks like, and we're going to play this YouTube video that he gave me, just so you guys can get exposed to it as well. Like this is an unofficial Star Atlas game called Two-for Attack. Basically, it's like a top-down shooting game, where you have to maneuver yourself, and you can tell what ship this is, right? This is the Ogrica Mick. This is one of the newest released ships that we saw. And then what comes after you, it's all the different toothers. Okay, look at it's very nicely done, right? There's a health bar, and then there's like a power shot on the bottom right hand side. I'm gonna move out of the way. So I'm actually gonna unzoom it here. You can see the health bar, and then over there is the power shot. And I've got another video here that we can look at. And they've got nice music as well with it. It gets pretty insane. You're gonna have to be able to dodge all of this really easily. Or you can see all the different Toofers, right? Toofers coming after you, and you're the Mick. This is like super early alpha gameplay. They got lots of iterations coming on. They're gonna integrate better AI, better targeting system for you to experience, and like more loot, more gears, all this sort of stuff. So that's pretty interesting. I just wanted to give that to you to watch as well. So shout out to Ratadoom and Pixel Von Grim, I think it was. Thank you very much for your hard work, guys. Really appreciate your time making Star Atlas content and something for us to play. If it's online, I might be able to play against some of you guys watching this video. So thank you very much. That's it. Ciao.